So that lady's name is the Shankar. So that lady was wearing, I haven't seen that rather, okay. So that lady was wearing like a hair clip, like a stick and with some beads. Those days it was very common. Those are fat. So very small thing, but just like bubbles, they pop up and then disappear. So since the companies are having limited resources, the managers are not worried about those kind of bubbles. Because by the time you're going to do something, the bubble has already gone. And so therefore, normally in marketing, we say whatever the changes that's taking place in the macro environment, if it is a very short life, we don't know what would be the next step, let it happen. Just ignore it. Okay? But the trend is a direction, a sequence of events with momentum and the durability. Trends are more predictable and durable than the fact. The trends reveal the shape of the future and can provide strategic direction. So, that is, it's having a bit of a long time trend. There are like some fashion. Mainly it's happening in the shoes and dresses. So whether it's a baggy or a slim, and the different designs of the denims. So nowadays you can see like different fancy kind of denims, especially for ladies. Fashion. So that's a trend. So that company should address if it is relevant. Because if the market, because that is therefore quite a period of time, at least more than a year, it will be sustained. Couple of years that will sustain. That may not go for 5 years because one trend may not continue for 5 years. So if it is a trend, and certain kind of process that's mainly very common among the ladies, and the boys also may have some fashions, like whether it's a thin fit or a baggy fit or something like that. And even hairstyle, the style of coloring hair, and also style of like having some hair cuts, and also like shoes. So the different kind of shoes, that's then if the trend comes, then that you have to import or you have to manufacture. Unless otherwise you are not with the market trend. Yeah. Mega trend is much more the longer there are the socio-economic, political and technological changes that are slow to form. Like very slowly it's formed, but once in place, the influences us for some time between 7 to 10 years or longer. Like the nowadays in Sri Lanka, people become little bit concerned about their appearance, physical. So that is a big trend. That is comes because we are becoming aging population, so that is the reason. But whatever the reason, people little concerned about their appearance, the physical fitness. We are moving little toward the healthy lifestyle. That is a mega trend that will continue for another like a decade or so. So the companies must address it, especially the companies those who are in the health sector, those who are in the pharmacies, pharmaceutical sector, and even food and beverage. So that's why like the people little not that much encouraged to have fizzy drinks, because they know that having a fizzy drinks continuously will encourage them to get some diseases. So therefore, like they little deviate from the fizzy drinks. So that's something the Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and those kind of fizzy drinks manufacturers should concern. That's why they have even introduced the Coke Zero, because it's a mega trend now even in Sri Lanka. If you want to take down the example for each, you can take down, but if you can remember, that's totally fine. For the fact you can take down the example, meaning you don't need to, because it's anyway it's done in the meeting. And the example you can write down like those sheen slippers or Shambhu's hair clips. whatever you like, so you can write down. And the trends, you can take down like some denim styles and the t-shirts, slim fit or baggy fit, well, hairstyles, shoes, bags, and those kind of things. Those are the fashion items. And for the mega trends, you can write down like people become more health conscious. The trends and the trends mostly companies should address. But the mega trends companies must address. Because that will go for like 7 to 10 years, even more than that. The mega trends must address. The trends should address, like if it is something relevant and substantial. The fact you don't need to worry about. Okay. Then from this point onward, what I'm going to do is so I'll take one kind of environment at a time, and then we'll discuss about the trends and how those trends need to be addressed by the market. So let's start with the demographic environment. In the demographic environment, basically we are talking about the people. About the people. So we are looking at the human population in terms of their size, density, where do they live, age, gender. So anyway, it's about the people's characteristics. These are some of the trends that's happening in Sri Lanka, but you don't need to have much because it's a general knowledge. I have to have the network. So I will just discuss the trend, and you just come with me. I mean, the way that I'm thinking, you think in the same way. That's it. So all these things I'm discussing 2 points. One is what is the trend, and the other one is how should marketers address it. All these things, like only just 2 points that you can understand, that's totally fine. So one of the trends that's taking place is we have increasing population. Sri Lanka population also increases. How do we know it? It's obvious. Sri Lankan population is anyway it's increasing. And we should know like how about the population dispersion, like how the age-wise it's being distributed. Ideally, that should be in a normal curve. Ideally, age should be distributed in a normal curve. What do you mean by a normal curve? Like this. That should be the ideal population dispersion. Like some very small fellows and the youngsters and the matured people and very elders. Okay, that should be the ideal way the population needs to be dispersed. But in Sri Lanka, we have a lot of old people. We are becoming like aging population. That is the trend. Why are they becoming old? Aging population? I told you, like, don't accept everything what I'm telling. See whether what I'm telling is true. Are we ready to the aging population? I shouldn't say it's becoming old. Any clue? Our production rate is very slow. People, those who have already gone, they are still living. That's the reason. Isn't it? Like, if we have the same rate of reproduction, if people are adding, I mean the new the birth rate, our birth rate is low, but we have very good life expectancy. So how long does roughly an average Sri Lankan person live? What's our life expectancy? Huh? Central knowledge. That's why I told I'm just talking about central knowledge. How long that people live? 70 plus, even 75. That's the average life expectancy. So the people, those are that's thanked over the free health system, and also we have a very good vaccination system. So because of those two, like we don't die that quickly. So therefore, like we would be living an average 70 plus years or 75 plus years. But our reproduction rate is very low. Birth rate is very low. Why our birth rate is that low? Right. Female education. And now, even the crisis. So the crisis is also contributing for that one. The earlier, it's the female education because among the Asian countries, the Sri Lanka, they treat they don't discriminate the gender for the education. If you are so if you are born in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, Nepal, so those kind of countries, they don't encourage female to be educated because they are being given a set role for female. But in Sri Lanka, luckily, the equal. Either you have a daughter or a son, the equal treatment will be given for the education. And so therefore, females would say, I don't know, boys get angry with me or not. So they are more committed to the family. So then, if you look at the higher education, maybe, so they continue their education. It's reflecting the class, like 50-50. The girls also having and the boys also having 50. So that's even in your classes it's 50-50. But if you take the university system, so those days when we were at the university, like I was thinking quite a long time because I was in the university as undergraduate in the period of 1999 to 2003. I'm referring to that period. So that period, like we have 50-50, almost all programs. But now it's gradually has gone, boys percentage has gone down. Now it's some program it's 60-40 and some other program 70-30. That means only 30% boys and the 70% girls. So it's not 50-50. So that what does it show? The females are more towards the education, and also if you look at the completion rate, so at the graduation, most of the females are completing with the good grades. The boys are completing average. Okay, all the first classes and the second numbers as being taken by them, all the medals. So so that is the trend. And so once they are motivated for the education, and they postpone the marriage time. Once they postpone the marriage time, so then the time limitation, once they are for the reproduction goes down. Then our birth rate is good. And also the recent finding is being found out from Colombo University. So nowadays, youngsters are not getting married because of the crisis. Even if they marry, they are not making babies because they can't tolerate the burden, financial burden of having a baby, like because it's very expensive. So then this situation would become further worse. And that is the trend in Sri Lanka. So also when it's come to now I talk about the age composition. We are becoming old, and now it could be further accelerated because even the next generation is ready to get married, and even if they get married, they won't be ready. And that is the age composition. And if we look at the gender composition, we have a lot of, as a country, we have a lot of females, less males. Why? One thing is from the birth itself, like if you look at the hospitals, if you take the rate of the birth, the females are having more frequent birth, whereas the boys are having less frequent birth. That means even the less production, pre-production, more girls are coming out, less boys are coming out. So that means that trend will continue. Also, that from the same research, it's been found out from the Colombo University. The death rate is high for males relative to the female. Why is that? Because they have found out, as we are like the Asian country, it's male dominant the culture we have. Okay. Whatever said and done, the father is the king of the family. So that's the male dominant the families we have. So therefore, the financial burden that goes to the male. So more the financial crisis is there, it's more pressure for the males. So the males get more diseases like heart attack, obesity, so stress. So that's really killing the lifespan. That's one reason. Okay? Because they get more stress. More the stress means it's reduced the time period where that you will be. That's one reason, and the other reason is accident. So from the accidents, a lot of boys are sacrificing their life, like relatively girls, and also the suicide. So even the suicide rate is also, compared to the girls, the boys' suicide rate is high. So that is the trend. And now I discuss the trend part. Now let me come to the marketing part. So how marketers are make use of it? Because we have to look at the opportunity in it. So let me take the first one, age composition. We are becoming old. It is good for whom? As a country, it's bad, but it's good for some people, some companies. The ones those who are providing vitamins, minerals, supplements, because the more the people like getting old, so then they want to live more. So that you are getting as much as possible minerals, vitamins, because at least you want to live one more day. So once you are getting closer to the end of the life, it's a good market for pharmaceutical companies to provide a lot of minerals. That's why you can see a lot of the minerals, vitamin, and supplementaries are in the market. Those days it was not there because it was not the need. The requirement was not there. So that's one. And also like the food and beverage companies, they have to address that mega trend. If people are becoming old, they are very concerned about the non-communicable diseases like diabetes, obesity, and the fat, the cholesterol, those things. And then if you are a company which is in the food and beverage, you should not give sugar with your product because people are concerning about it. They avoid sugar, fat, and the maybe the whatever that increase the cholesterol. So people little away from those kind of things. So that means you should also away. So that's why Coca-Cola introduced Coke Zero to Sri Lanka as well. Because 40% of the Sri Lankan population suffers from diabetes. And even like we become more health conscious, so that the fast food companies and also like the food and beverage companies should address it. And that's why the carbonated soft drink, not only carbonated, all the soft drink companies, they introduce a traffic light system, high sugar, red circle, then the orange circle, and that one, that it's a must that you have to show it. That's how those companies are addressing that. They are taking the positive side of it. And How about the gender composition? I said that we have more females, less males. That means we have to have more product for females, less product for males. And also, since less product, sometimes like the products that you're offering, you can pitch it for fit of a higher market. Less but expensive. Understand? But for females, since the numbers are high, so that you are giving the varieties. So more options. So did you understand the way that I'm thinking? Like look at the trend and how the companies use it. Understand? And the other one is growing middle class families. That if you come to a level that is intolerable, tell me. See, I can see from your faces you can tolerate. So in terms of middle class families, so the trend is like this. Like just for a general knowledge, is having a trend of aging population, how an education institute should address it. Now I discuss about the even hospitals also they have nice there. How the hospitals have addressed it. I discuss about the hotel, the food and beverage. Also, I discuss about the pharmaceuticals. Hospitals, how they have. There are some health packages for English. It was not there, and also they have like the cosmetic surgeries. Okay. So it's a new market now because once you become old, you still want to keep the look as young. So that's there is a huge demand for cosmetic surgeries even in Srilanka because we are moving towards the aging. And how about the education institute? They can't limit in terms of the age entrance because you have to accept even the old people also you have to accept in the class because generally we all are old. So that's the idea. So you have to give the flexibility. So in terms of entrance. So the next trend is middle class families. And the banks, they are very much focused about the retirement plan. That because most of the people are now heading towards the retirement age. So when it comes to the society, we have lower class families, middle class families, and upper class families. Now the trend is middle class family portion is increasing. Like it says that 60% of the middle class families would be 60% of the population would be middle class families by 2030. That's a global trend and the trend in Srilanka. How come? How that happened? Because of the education, the people, those who are in the lower class, going to the upper class because of their income level increases. Because of the economic crisis, those who are in the upper class getting into the middle class. Both happens simultaneously in Sri Lanka, so that the middle class portion is increasing. How the marketeers should make it. If the majority belongs to middle class, they are expecting a certain policy that you have to provide them for. Because majority of them are like that. And they can't accommodate for a very expensive product. So if it is expensive product, you have to provide them with installment payment. So likewise, and they can't accommodate for a large pack, like 1 kilo may not be accommodated. So you have to provide 500, 250 grams. So likewise, even the medicines, they can't accommodate the original medicine that's important because it's very expensive. It doesn't match with the middle class family's expenses factor. So then you have to get the medicine from the other places like India. So that's how we get some medicines, and also like sometimes the sacrifice of the human life as well. Like because so many, like most of the people are middle class, so that you don't care much about the quality. So even like this, the lot of product is coming in the sachet packs, and so the lot of products they promote the discounts, like the value addition, like price discounts. Even we it from a small quantity that you can wash a large number of plates, so that you're highlighting the money value. That because those are the points that the middle class families consider. Like the life boy say that now you don't need to buy 2 soaps, you just buy 1 soap. The concern of a middle class family. And the Rati say that from 1 Rati packet, so large number of cups can be made. The middle class family concern. Okay. So therefore, the product quality and how we are approaching and how the people looking at the product, everything that has to change in a way that matches with the middle class family mindset. Okay. Okay. Then the other one is growth of the rural population. In Sri Lanka, like the earlier, the people love to live in the commercial area. How people do it? Why? They are very much comfortable living in the villages. Why? One thing is commercial area is very expensive. Everything is money. Okay? And also like but all what we are earning, you have to spend in the commercial area, and without saving, you have to go. So that's one of the reasons. It's very expensive, and the other reason is it's very congested. So you don't have the mental freedom. And the other reason is like the highways are there, so that you don't need to come here. So even like a lot of people, they are coming the daily from Kandy, daily from down south. The bus service is also there. Okay? So because of those reasons, people are very much comfortable to live in their own hometown. So how the marketeers are using it. A lot of bus transport is working. So that's a marketing point. Okay? So if you are giving the bus route, they're running from a particular time period, you have a very good demand. Because there are daily comers and going out. What else? Even though people are living in the rural area, I mean out of the commercial area, they are earning in the commercial area. So that means their living standards are good. So that they are also looking to have the same lifestyle that they have to have if they are in the commercial area. They wish to purchase the things from supermarket. So that's why kids are they are going out of Colombo because they know that. That is a trend. Okay. And even private hospitals. So private hospitals also now available in the out of Colombo, especially HEMAs. So then they know that there is a potential because the rural, even though people living in the rural area, so they have the purchasing power. Clear? And I'll discuss these two together, like changing family system and the changing role of the women. The women's role has been changed. Why and how? Women's role has been changed. Why? Same reason. Motivated for the education. So that that role only will not be played. So if you have like educated women, we can't expect education women to stay at home and only taking care of the husband's work and the housework. Never do it. So therefore, so you have to accept. So they are going out. So one way it's good, one way it's bad. Which way it's good? They bring the money. That way it's good. So it's, they will give you the financial support. for the family. But one way, so challenging for a female. So how we are going to balance? Because you are playing now multiple roles, female. What are the multiple roles? What roles that the female is supposed to play? House, daughter, mother, employee. So at least 4 roles. Simultaneously. If you are a spouse, you can't keep a mother's role aside, daughter's role aside, and an employee's role aside. Okay. So then it's challenging. So it's changed the entire family system. How come? So sometimes, like if you all have married, so by the time you are going home, sometimes wife is not there. Okay. And it will be a little hard for you to find the time to sit with the wife and talk certain things. And if you are not married, so if your mother is working, sometimes you hardly have the time to just sit with the mother. So then how a female is playing these multiple roles? Still female needs to play that multiple role. How? Female need a lot of assistance there. What kind of assistance? So that's a huge flood of opportunities being created for your life. Since you are an employee, you need office spares. It's a huge market for them. And since you are a spouse, so you have to take care of the family responsibility. Okay, so you have to provide the food for the family, you have to clean and household activities. But physically, you are not there to do those things. Then you are looking for housemaid support. You are looking for ready-made food. So you are looking for restaurant support. And you are looking for daycare center. Because you are a mother, still you have to take care of people, the children. What else? And you are looking for cut and chop vegetables. And you are looking for like some ready-made coconut milk, because those are the times that it takes some time. And you are looking for a dry cleaning center, the laundry, because you don't have a time to do the washing. And also you are not physically there to take care of the children, like transport. So you are looking for private transport. You are looking for a school van. So without the phone, you can't survive. Because you are doing all the coordination from the phone. And so you can't depend on the spouse, you are dependent. So that you are looking for driving license, you are looking for a separate vehicle. You see how many opportunities is created for marketplace. And also, like, you look for cosmetics and you look for salons. Because for multiple roles, for different roles, you need different products. And when the role conflicts, so you need the support. So you have to work at the same time, you have to have food for the dinner. So that you are not physically not there, so that you are taking support from the restaurant. Understand? So that it's a huge market. And also, like the one side, also it says that the females are having the normally we say that if we take the male and the female, male should be more stronger than a female. That is the normally we believe, but it should be vice versa. I guess. Female should be much more stronger than male. Why? Otherwise, these 4 roles is going to be a nightmare. So you can't play 4 roles like in a way that everyone is happy. So and also being an Asian context, it's a male dominance, but females are more educated. So you see, like the social, that would be a social issue as well. Because still the male wants the dominance, but the financial dominance, sometimes the family is exposed to the female character. So then the female become much powerful. So that's why a lot of divorce cases come here. Because they want, unlike those days, like when we take our parents, so whatever happened, since there is no any financial bond, they will stay. But now the girls are not like that. So the marriage this month, next month divorce. Because they won't cover it. So so therefore that all like it's an independent decision making. So the marketer should understand that females are having independent life, so that independent decision making. So that for marketing point, it's a good potential. But in the social point, it's going to be a social crisis in the future because, as you can see, a lot of males are not being much motivated for the education. One, because of the crisis. If the particular family is having some financial issues, if they have a boy and a girl, boy will stop the education. So they take the shoulder, the financial responsibility, not the girl. And they say that, okay, you continue, I will stop education, so I will go to the job market. So that's how a lot of 3 will. So they normally they won't even continue for A-levels now. From the O-level itself, they say that it's enough. So I will go and start my own small shop, and that would be a crisis in the future. Because still they want the power, but they won't get the power because girls are educated and boys are not much educated. They become more powerful because of the financial. And also, like you can see the pygmy drivers, the Uber drivers, it's all boys. It's another section of the society. But socially it's bad, but marketing point of view, so they are taking the good point because the females create a lot of opportunities for them. And we generally, Sri Lanka is having more educated people. But generally, we are educated country. Since the mainly people are stopped the education from the O-levels, so that's why now the new education system, they are going to say that even without O-levels, you can continue until there. It's really bad. But okay. Why? Delay the people to come to the job market. That is why, because the country is not creating the job. So sometimes for the layman eyes, for the layman people, they might think that, that's good. Like even if I fail the O-levels, I can continue for the O-levels, but it's really bad. It's a very bad decision. I don't know who to do that decision because that means it's delayed another 3 years of coming to the job market. But still biologically, they have some requirements. Because as a boy, once you turn into a particular age, so that biological requirement, you want to earn, you like to have independent life, you want to have your own family, that can't be postponed. Okay? So then you will get a lot of the social issues. Because you have to express yourself. So you are going to express somewhere. Okay? So it will be a blast in the future. So if it is going to be implemented. So generally we are educated. So since we are educated, we mainly look for white collar job. We don't like the blue collar job. What does that mean? All of us like to work in an office, not on the road. Because it's the way that that's being popular. So how that should be addressed by marketing? Even when title the job itself. So now we don't have accounts clerk. And so you don't have accounts clerk. The clerk term has wiped off from the job market because clerk is between people. So it's account executive. So executive position is the one people look for. So and also sometimes you look at all the office bears. Most of the office bears, so that the design in a way that it represents the executive look. Sometimes they are not doing executive level job, but from the appearance it should be executive. So that's the mindset we do have. So it's the good opportunity for marketers to address that mindset. And also, since we are educated, we have the educated people in the market, in the country, they make logical decisions. You can't cheat Sri Lanka because if they say something, they think that you said something, why you are now doing something else. So you you can't be like, it's very hard to manipulate the Sri Lankan people because they have very good brain. That also we should understand when you are dealing with Sri Lankan customers, especially as customers as well as employees. So even employees also, they very quickly they learn things. So then, especially in the international the companies, those who are operating in Sri Lanka, they have pretty concern on these. Like how we are going to do Sri Lankan labor. And of course, some companies, they take it positive way, whereas other companies, they won't take it because they won't give we call it as a strategic points to Sri Lankan people. That we call in Sri that will not be exposed to Sri Lankan people because they know that Sri Lankan people are very brainy, so that they will quickly pick it up. So, that is a marketing point. It's not a good point like from the social point of view and also from the country point of view. That is not a good thing. The last one, the increased diversity. What does that mean? Increase in diversity. Unlike those days, nowadays, the varieties, the people preferences are drastically changing. But the one like today may not like tomorrow. The one day like you like chocolate ice cream, but tomorrow no, you want chocolate. No reason, but you don't like. Because we are exposed to a lot of information. So we know what's going on. So that we know those were fashion in Sri Lanka. So most of the fashion that we are going on, it's a mix of European fashion and also Indian fashion, and then it's a mix of it. So the diversity increases so that it's a good point for marketers, so that you can offer a variety of products. So that's why those days only 2 versions of ice creams were there, chocolate and vanilla. Now how many versions are there? More than 10 versions, isn't it? And like even product modifications also, it has a lot of opportunities. Like the savory market business. So how many flavors is coming up? And even the dairy market, like the drinking yogurt. It's novelty because the people need diversity. Once the people look for diversity, provide opportunity for market use the variety. So now I have discussed all the trends relevant to people, and then what is the trend and how it should be addressed. Clear? Okay, we'll see whether it's clear or not. So we'll take a break, like we'll make it very quick break, 15 minutes break, and come back. And then after that, I will tell you like I'll give some tutorial questions, and we'll discuss like if I'm giving the question from this kind of an area, what kind of questions are you? And you have early class, if you come quickly. When come in 15 minutes. Tell us. Take a break. Just have a round and come back, please. Otherwise, you fall asleep. Break your phone and then you can naked like about it. අද දෙකක් මේකට. මම ගියේ පොය දවසේ මම නිකන් ලෙක්චර්ස් නැහැ කියලා මම ආවේ නැහැ. I thought it was fun. Hello. And then just executed that. Man, what do you want? You don't know. Right. Take a very simple one session again. I don't know whether others will come with that we can go on. Ask others to come. Put it like, so what's your email address? I'm asking. Okay, we have a question from this area. The question will be something like this. That's how pharmaceutical company. That's how pharmaceutical company should address. That's how the pharmaceutical company should address trends in the demographic environment in Sri Lanka. The demographic environment in Sri Lanka. Plus, they take one trend, like what you can see out, what potential that you can see at the pharmaceutical company marketing manager, that we can do this one. So likewise, point-wise, just put it. You have to see from each trend. Increasing population, I have discussed. Now we are moving towards the aging population. If we are moving towards the aging population, how a pharmaceutical company should address it. Just have few points. And take the other one. The growing middle class family. How it should be addressed by a pharmaceutical company. Have few points. Okay. If only 1 point comes to your mind, just write 1 point. If you get 2 points, write 2 points, but write it in points. And the role of the female and the male, the family system, you can discuss together. Find the trend, and then the down say that okay, they should do this one, this one. So likewise, this one is down. The increasing population in brackets you can write like aging population. Sri Lanka is moving towards the aging population. So from that, how that marketing company, the pharmaceutical company should address it, something like that. Some of the points I already discussed in the class, but I didn't discuss for all. So that you should be capable enough to think from each and every 10%. I can do it in 15 minutes time or so. All the friends finish it off in 15 minutes. Don't worry about the language. So whatever the language I want, you should get the points out from your brain. So even few words, that's fine. Whatever the language is also fine. Huh? You just after that convert that into English. You don't need to have like very lengthy discussion. So if you have the idea, just write it in the bullet form because 150 minutes time. Sorry, it may be a very poor writer, but still point by point, just improve your writing. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster at the exam. like putting in the past, there is nothing you can do there. All the points you get, more marks. So each strength that try to think. This kind of question we can't thinking. And also you write down in terms of the trend wise. One first trend, how you address in the second one, so likewise.
Right. It's not quite sure. Keep confidence on yourself. Like,
So anyone wants to take answers, take my please tell. Okay, so we'll see what you have written. Now just imagine, so you are running a pharmaceutical company. So these changes are taking place in the market, in the demographic environment. Like for this kind of a question, there is no ideal answer. Whatever you are telling, if there is a point, I should say. So that's why it's good, like common sense. So if the people are becoming old, if you are running a pharmaceutical company, so always you look at the positive side. How should I get the opportunity out of that? It's good that they are very concerned about the health, which means they are doing for supplementary vitamins, and sometimes they become old, so therefore they might be looking for some assistance, pushers, wheelchairs, and those kind of. And also, whenever they are going for those kind of supplementary, they are very much concerned about the sugar level and also fat level. So the make sure if you are getting the supplementary, you have to give the nutrition, but not with the sugar and the fat. And also like some the small appliances like checking the blood sugar and the pressure monitors at home. What else? Like those are the two main things. Roughly people can get the regular checkups at home. So when they're becoming old, so they try to do it by themselves. And the growth of the middle class country, now the most of the people are becoming middle class, so therefore, when it comes to pricing and the quality of the product that you are importing, you have to decide from which country that you have to import. Are you importing from originally from the European countries, or else you are looking for another supplier who can accommodate the price rate start from the Sri Lankan country? That because the middle class family should be able to accommodate the price rates mainly to pricing strategy. The prices needs to match with the middle class family income. That's one thing. And the other thing, who would be the supplier? So are you getting from the European supplier, and it's going to be very expensive, that doesn't match with the prices that you are going to charge. So that you have to look for a supplier who can accommodate the price ranges that you can ask from the Sri Lankan middle class people. The quality and those kind of things. And also like when you are giving certain the quantity, so they make sure even a small quantity people might purchase. Not the entire pack, like just cut and give it. Because certain bottles, once it's open, there should be a way of storing it. Because the people they are not financially strong enough to take the entire bottle and go. So they might ask the loose samples. That needs to be accommodated. And the other one is the growth in the rural populations, which means the people, those who are in the rural area also, they are looking for like some living standard. So that means that the minerals and the vitamins that you are planning to import, you have to distribute to rural areas as well. It's a distribution strategy. You have to expand the distribution to those areas as well. You have to look for pharmacies located out of Lanka. to make your products available. And also the changing family system and the role of the women, like, so you have to look at the place where the some of you made a mistake. You have to look at from the pharmaceutical company point of view. Like we know that the females, since they're educated, so they are playing multiple roles. When they go to multiple roles, playing multiple roles, the way that they are running a family has been changed. The physically you are not there to take care of the family, but still the responsibility you have to shoulder. Physically, so that you have the responsibility of giving the nutrition to the entire family members. So you have to look after yourself. So how these two would become an opportunity. That people may look for supplementary for children, because now the food that you are giving may not be nutrition enough. So you might give money, okay, you eat anything from the school canteen, because you can't have the breakfast in the morning. So they might be going for just the buns and those kind of things, and they won't give you that gives on the carbon dioxide, the carbohydrate, and not the protein and those kind of things. So that means you have to look for those supplementary for children, and also for yourself. So whenever you are playing multiple roles, sometimes the female herself may not have enough time to eat, but you still have to take care of yourself because you have to work for a company. So if your appearance is deteriorate sometimes, and even if you get sick, still you can't play the multiple role. So that you are looking for supplement for your nutrition as well as for your beauty. So that's why a lot of cosmetic related. The supplementaries are now available in the market. So that is another thing that the pharmaceutical company can do. And also like well-educated people. So if they are well-educated, so the main source, they might be immediately so they take a particular supplementary and they read from the internet. If I go for this supplementary, what are the side effects? So they make logical decisions. So that means you can't cheat the Sri Lankan people. So you have to bring the correct medicine, and they are very particular about the expiry date, they are very particular about the side effects. So, and also they are comparing different brands, and they know that the same product is having different brands. Based on the brand, prices are changing, but the same the category, I mean the same product. So they are very aware. So whenever you are approaching the Sri Lankan market, you have to be aware. And also they might be reading the information given on the package. So then we have to be concerned on those ones. And even for the female role, I have seen some of you all have mentioned that. I appreciate that point. Is checking the certain samples and the laboratories needs to be open 24/7. That's a good point, yes, because if it's closes like by 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, so by the time the mother is coming, it's already closed. And also the mobile sample selection. The mobile sample selection service, if you can provide, and also like if you can get the prescriptions through the WhatsApp to make the deliveries. So that's all coming like how a female is running a family. That's kind of opportunities the marketeers can open up. That was operating earlier in the COVID period, but now it's not much popular, but it's a good opportunity. And increase the diversity. So that means the people need different flavors. The preferences are changing. So even the same product, so it creates different versions. Because one may like vanilla, and there are a lot of other flavors that you can bring forward. Like banana, strawberry, and likewise, so many flavors from the same product, from the same brand, you can offer different flavors. So that you can capture more people from different. Understand? So likewise, there is no limit for thinking. Whatever the point that you think, if there is a logic, I accept it. So likewise, now I have taken a pharmaceutical company. You just visualize what happened if it is the food and beverage company. What happened if it is a hospital? What happened if it is education institute? So the same thing, if you go along these trends, if you can at least come up with some point for each, you can be really happy that you don't need to study for the exam for this point. So that's how it goes. I'll just discuss the path and then give you a question and see whether how you're going to balance. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I please you can find for so people ask more, I'll say was teacher and so we'll see you next time.